Okay, it's Mike again. O.R.D Religion Dystopia. Knowledge versus belief. Well, had a good, turned out to be a good show after all. With David T. Hollis. Check it out. Thought it was not going to work out because of the audio situation. Because what I had to do was I had to put my phone right next to the mic. Because he's not all hooked up with the internet. Which I didn't realize at the time. Because he's out there. I didn't realize how deep in the bayou, the swamp or whatever of Louisiana that he's in. So, no internet connection. So, maybe he's fortunate. Maybe he's fortunate. Anyways, we're going to get back into this reading of Adventures Beyond the Body, How to Experience Out-of-Body Travel by William Bowman. Not too thrilled about the New Agey stuff, but a little bit of spiritual formation in there and some, I don't know. But I do see the value in it. I see what might be part of what we're dealing with. I just prefer to have Heavenly Father Spirit with me. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, mastering the experience. Every man takes the limits of his own field of vision for the limits of the world. And this would be Schopenhauer. If that's how you pronounce his name. If we are to obtain the maximum benefits available during our out-of-body experience, control is an absolute necessity. The key to effective non-physical exploration is the conscious control of our non-physical state awareness. Once a degree of control is achieved, the potential for out-of-body exploration becomes absolutely unlimited. In fact, our imagination is inadequate to conceive of all the available possibilities. Experience has taught me that the more prepared we are for our out-of-body explorations, the more effectively we can maneuver and adapt within the non-physical environments. After proper preparation, many people report a high degree of control even during their first experience. Physical concepts and energy laws have little bearing within the non-physical dimensions of the universe. To be truly effective when out of body, we must learn the non-physical rules of the road. To prepare and assist us, I have compiled an overview of situations, events, and challenges that you may encounter in your out-of-body explorations. See the table below. This information is the result of my personal experience and feedback I have received from hundreds of people who have had out-of-body experiences over the last 20 years. I have found that much of the published information currently available is inadequate. It is either limited to a single viewpoint or slanted by religious beliefs and interpretations. With that in mind, I have presented this overview with a little cultural bias as possible. In a world overflowing with beliefs and theories, there is a tremendous need for practical information obtained from first-hand experience. I have come to realize that the answers to the mysteries of our existence are not hidden. They are patiently waiting for us to extend our vision beyond the dense limits of matter. The keys to control will assist you in this quest. Keys to control. Situation. Inner vibrations, sometimes intense, accompanied by loud buzzing, humming, or roaring sounds. Catalepsy, inability to move your physical body. Of course, there's more to that. Key to control. You are experiencing the vibrational state. Immediately direct your full attention away from your physical body. This is a normal temporary phenomenon that may occur immediately before or after an out-of-body experience. Your higher frequency energy body is just temporarily out of sync with your physical body. Situation: unintentional return to your physical body. Key to control. Normally caused by random thoughts directed towards your physical body. You must maintain your full attention within the non-physical environment and energy body that you are experiencing. Blurred vision, unclear or dreamlike awareness. Firmly request clarity until your vision or awareness is clear. Clarity now. In quotes. Then focus on a specific item or area in your environment you are exploring. Feeling of fear or anxiety, panic attack. Repeat to yourself that you're safe and secure. Surround yourself with an impenetrable wall or a globe of protective white light. Refer to the text for additional information. Tunnel experience. This occurs when the energy membrane dividing two major frequency levels, non-physical energy dimensions, opens. Movement through a tunnel is often experienced as an intense inward motion. Remain calm. The sense of rapid movement will normally cease in seconds. The end result will be your entrance into a different energy dimension or environment. Situation. Sensation or rapid inner movement, experience of being drawn deep within unknown areas of yourselves. Key to control. This motion is often intense and can be startling if you are unprepared. Remain calm. This is a normal shift of consciousness from your denser energy body to a higher frequency form. Situation. Heaviness or inability to move freely just after separation. Key to control. This is caused by insufficient consciousness in your non-physical body. Firmly request that your complete awareness be present in the energy body you are experiencing. Ask for, quote, awareness now, end quote, and or B, demand lightness and mobility. Situation. Lack of vivid recall after an experience. Key to control. Firmly request enhanced recall of your out-of-body experience. Quote, I remember all, end quote. This is especially effective if done when out of body. Situation. Experience of being formless and shapeless, conscious energy. Extremely low. Key to control. So let's try this again. Experience of being formless or shapeless, conscious energy. Key to control. This is the normal recognition of our true non-physical self. In brackets, soul. Situation. Extremely loud pop, bang, like a gunshot, close to your head, and heard at the moment of separation from the body. I believe this is what we hear when we think of tree knocks. These spirits are separating themselves from the tree. Key to control. This sometimes startling sound is likely the result of sudden disconnect from a point located somewhere in the head, the pineal gland, according to many. Situation. Sensation of looking through your closed physical eyelids. Okay. Key to control. This occurs when your consciousness is transferred within your energy body, but you have not separated from your physical body. Simply direct yourself away from the physical body. Quote, I move to the door. End of quote. Situation. Entering the vibrational state, but being unable to separate from your body. Key to control. Direct your complete attention on moving away from your physical body towards another area of your home. It's critically important to maintain the focus of your attention away from your physical body at all times. Situation. Strange and unusual sounds during sleep. Voices, buzzing, bells, humming, music, footsteps, any sound inappropriate to your current physical surrounding. Unusual sounds. Okay, key to control. Unusual sounds are indications that your awareness has already transferred from your physical to your non-physical body. I refer to these sounds in the inner signals. See text. Situation. Entering a non-physical environment containing cloud-like forms, sometimes appearing as holographic images with varying degrees of density. Key to control. You are observing non-physical thought energy forms. They are the direct result of focused thoughts upon a non-conscious or natural non-physical energy environment. Situation. Your immediate surroundings appear to duplicate your physical environment. Key to control. You are currently experiencing your slowest frequency, density, non-physical energy body, and observing the parallel energy dimension closest to the physical universe. Situation. Sense of being touched while out of body sometimes occurs just before or after separation. Key to control. This can be caused by at least three things. Your mind's interpretation of non-physical energy currents. 2. An energy adjustment of your non-physical body. And 3. A non-physical inhabitant or loved one touching you. Generally, we are subconsciously inviting this to occur. And it could be a few more things too, right? Situation. Vivid thoughts and pictures entering your mind. Key to control. Someone is communicating with you. The universal method of non-physical communication is direct thought transfers. This could also be a form of communication with a higher aspect of yourself. And it could be a spirit. And people see to report this stuff when they're interacting with woodland poltergeists and Bigfoot and stuff like that, right? Preserving a sensing and approaching form of energy or light. Key to control. You are recognizing an energy being near you. This could be any high frequency being, a guide, a friend, an angel, and any other interdimensional inhabitant. Becoming lost or distorted. Let me try this again. Situation. Becoming lost or disoriented. Key to control. Stop all forward motion and request assistance and or clarity. Select an item in your immediate environment and focus upon it. Situation. Entering a new room only to find that the entire environment has changed. Key to control. A common occurrence in entranceways, doors, and windows, often represents the beginning of a different energy environment. So common occurrences, entranceways, doors, and windows often represent the beginning of a different energy environment. Situation: encountering a vehicle of any kind. Key to control: this is your mind's representation of non-physical formless energy body or vehicle of consciousness. Often this is an image of your own inner or higher frequency energy body. Situation: experiencing a barrier or blockade, brackets, a wall, a river, any kind of energy barrier. Key to control: a barrier is usually an energy representation of a possible limitation you have accepted or created yourself. It is an opportunity to confront a personal energy block and overcome it. A barrier can also represent a border to a conscious environment or reality. Situation: observing or confronting a strange or frightening form, creature, or being of any kind. Key to control: generally frightening forms of our energy representations of interferes subconsciously created opportunities for you to confront and conquer personal fears, blocks, and limitations. The most effective way to eliminate a problem or fear is to face it. Sensing love to fears is one of the best ways to dissipate their energy. So love the thing you fear, huh? Sounds familiar with tonight's show. Seemed to be the message that David Alice was mentioning. His greater obsession with these spirits. Will you stop sticking? Thank you. Situation: rapidly changing or shifting scenes or environments. Key to control: this situation usually reflects a lack of focus. To control it, simply focus on a single environment or object. Rapidly changing scenes may also indicate that you are in a non-conscious reality. Situation: tugging sensation at the center of your back. Key to control: this is generally an inner signal to return to the physical. Situation: entering an extremely bright or high energy environment may manifest as a high energy crushing sensation accompanied by intense light. Key to control: you have entered a energy environment with a higher frequency than you are accustomed to. Firmly request an adjustment of your personal vibratory rate. Quote, I adjust now, end of quote. Quote, I adapt now, end of quote. Or return to your physical body. Situation: inability to move through selective structures. Key to control: this could represent either a personal limitation or a boundary of a conscious environment. Your personal energy frequency may be too dense to penetrate the structure. Refer to text. Situation: sudden or gradual feeling of heaviness when flying or floating. Key to control: an inadequate percentage of your consciousness is located within your energy body. Further request your full or increase your awareness to be present. Situation: losing conscious control in the middle of an out-of-body experience. Key to control: verbally demand that your full awareness be immediately present. Quote, I am completely aware now, end of quote. Or, quote, awareness now, end of quote. Never mention or think about your physical body, or you will immediately return to it. Situation: becoming tangled in a non-physical item, structure, or environment. Blood clots are the most commonly reported item. Key to control: all physical objects have finer frequency energy duplicates. Remain calm and untangle yourself, or simply float away from the problem. This could represent an attachment to your physical surroundings. Situation: dual consciousness, awareness simultaneously in your physical body and your outer non-physical energy body. Key to control: this occurs occasionally since consciousness is not physical in nature. It has an innate ability to be aware of multiple energy areas at the same time. Our consciousness can be compared to a continuum of energy that possesses the ability to move inwardly within the non-physical interior of the universe. Harnessing thought energy. Thought has a powerful effect in our non-physical experience and environment, especially thought focused in the form of firm of a firm request. Focused thought energy will immediately begin to restructure and mold the surrounding non-physical energy. In effect, our thoughts, both conscious and subconscious, create an energy mold or blueprint. Our thoughts interact with the subtle energy of the non-physical environment and begin to restructure it, occurring to the content of our own thought patterns. You will soon discover that only specific kinds of environments will immediately respond to your thought energy. Densely formed and established environments will be resistant to change. The power of thought can also be harnessed for personal mobility. Feel free to experiment with different methods of movement when out of body. You can easily move by whatever method is most natural and comfortable. Flying, walking, gliding, encountering non-limits except those that you impose upon yourself. When you have adapted to your new abilities, out-of-body travel becomes an adventure that is absolutely exhilarating. Your knowledge of the basic thought energy principles is essential in adapting to and controlling your non-physical experience. Any doubts you may have about their validity will quickly disappear after your first out-of-body adventures. Thought energy principles. 1. Thought is a form of energy. 2. Focused thought possesses the innate ability to influence, restructure, and ultimately mold energy. 3. Less dense the energy structure or environment, the faster the restructuring may occur. 4. The effectiveness and speed with which thought energy restructures an energy environment are determined by the intensity of the thought and the density of the energy upon which it is acting. Adapting to the non-physical environment. To effectively maneuver within the non-physical environments we encounter when out of body, it is essential to understand each new non-physical environment and its energy principles. Successful interacting within the subtle thought response realities requires that we recognize the creative power of our thoughts and completely understand that we are the driving force of our experiences. There is much to learn about the unseen dimensions, but for now, the following principles will assist in guiding our steps. Basic energy mechanics. 1. Non-physical universe becomes progressively less dense in substance and increasingly thought responsive as we explore away from matter and towards the source of energy. 2. As a form of creative energy, our thoughts have a natural tendency to interact with and mold the non-physical environment we encounter. In general, the further within the multidimensional universe we explore, the more rapid and pronounced this thought reaction is upon the energy environment. 3. Our thoughts, both conscious and subconscious, will influence the non-physical energy that we observe. The degree of influence is in direct proportion to the intensity of our thoughts and the density of our surroundings. 4. The reality perceived in the thought-responsive environment, in brackets non-conscious or natural, is determined by the personal energy frequency, in brackets density, of the observer and the observer's prevailing consciousness and subconscious thoughts. Because these principles have an overwhelming impact upon what we observe when out of body, they should not be underestimated. What we see and experience will be greatly influenced by how we interpret each non-physical environment and react within it. The early out-of-body explorers exemplify these principles in action. In the book of Revelation, St. John describes encounters with magnificent cities, angels, and entities on horseback. Of course, this is all about the destruction and judgment of Jerusalem and the temple. 5 centuries later, Muhammad described himself as riding a magnificent white stallion through what he called, quote, the 7 heavens, end of quote. And of course, he was heavily influenced by his Roman Catholic wife, allegedly. It's illogical that these explorers' 1st and 5th century perceptions of reality influenced what they saw when out of body. In other words, our religious history and beliefs were influenced by the way the early prophets perceived and interpreted the non-physical environments that they experience. The early observations of all mystics, prophets, and saints were directly influenced by their physical and social preconceptions of reality. Today, Muhammad would likely see himself riding in a magnificent white vehicle throughout the energy dimension of the universe. Instead of St. John stating in Revelation, quote, I was in the spirit, end of quote, he would likely say, quote, I was out of body, end of quote. This knowledge does not diminish the inspired writings of our early spiritual explorers. It only provides additional insight into an unseen meaning of these non-physical explorations. Many of the early spiritual leaders who influenced and molded our major religions were out-of-body explorers. They documented their non-physical journeys in accordance with their cultural perceptions of reality. The Bible is full of statements such as, quote, I was in the spirit, end quote. Quote, you must be born again to enter the kingdom of heaven, end quote. Quote, the Spirit moved me, end quote. And, quote, seek ye first the kingdom of God, end quote. These statements are clear references to their author's non-physical spiritual exploration of the universe. It's only natural that the early explorers of the non-physical dimension would call their discovery heaven. It's clear. It's certainly a fitting name for a thought-responsive universe overflowing with endless energy levels of beauty and light. Each of us is different, and what we experience and when out of body will vary according to our social indoctrinations and strongly held beliefs. The environments and the objects encountered when out of body are often perceived through the filters of our mind. It's essential to remember that anytime you are exploring out of body, you can ask to see the true energy form of the object or environment you are experiencing. If you become confused or have questions concerning your observations, you can always request clarification. Keep in mind that all form of energy, this applies to all environments, frequencies, and densities within the universe, including the physical. Did I read that right? This applies to all environments, frequencies, and densities within the universe, including the physical. The objects, situations, and environments we perceive are shaped and formed by thought energy for a specific purpose. Our understanding of the basic energy principles will help us interpret and react to many non-physical energy forms we encounter. We have found that self-created non-physical energy forms normally occur in the thought-responsive regions beyond the first non-physical dimension. The first inner dimension is a parallel energy duplicate of the physical world and is a relative stable energy environment that resonates to resonate. That's not right. That's resistant to thought energy. Generally, perceived energy forms such as multi-level structures, vehicles, or bodies of water are a strong indication that you have ventured inward into the more thought-responsive areas of the multidimensional universe. Guides. There are three primary ways to direct and control our out-of-body experiences. One way is to control our conscious thoughts, bracket a difficult endeavor at best, and a bracket. Did I say that right? Another way is to ask for assistance from a more expansive part of ourselves, our higher self or soul. The third way is to request assistance from a guide or master with whom we feel comfortable. A guide can be anyone we respect: Jesus, Buddha, St. Paul, a guardian angel, or a saint. Which means that if you use your imagination, and if everyone's asking for Jesus at the same time, it can't be Jesus or any of the other things. So that just means that who are we actually interacting with? When we request guidance, we are often directed to the experience that is the most favorable of our spiritual development. Non-physical guides are seldom visible. Instead, we may experience a strong impression or feeling of their presence and their wisdom. They understand that their visible appearance would only distract us from our personal goals, especially if we saw how ugly they actually were. I put that in there. When a guide is present, we often experience a warm feeling of love and security surrounding us. Within ourselves, we know that we are being assisted and directed to the ideal experience. The advantages of a guide are numerous. In the higher frequencies world, our needs are transparent. Our state of spiritual development, our inner blocks, limitations, fears, and abilities are clearly evident. A non-physical guide can appraise our developmental needs and assist us to the situation best suited for our evolution. The inner worlds of the universe are larger in size and diversity than our minds can begin to comprehend. Unlimited energy levels and realities are available to explore. Without guidance, it's easy to become confused or disoriented. Within any thought-responsive environment, unlimited assistance is always available, but it is up to us to make the request. Guides normally will not interfere without a specific request. Where are we at in this chapter? Sticking. Mendicans. Do I want to go any further tonight? Yeah, let's give you a specific request. Clarity. Because I'm starting to lose focus on it. Yeah, maybe I'll take a break. I'm so eager to get this book done. Although it's probably a bad attitude. But, I just, my limited thinking, I don't see the value yet of crossing the line. But I could be absolutely wrong as usual, as I'm always wrong about most of the things. So if I take a break now, I'll take an hour, and then, just wake up in the morning and do it. It's been a long day. Let's see, where am I at with all this? Of course, it'd be 2:33 would be a start. Of course, gotta have that land there. Well, my intentions was to finish it by tomorrow, so I can get on another book. Is that the right attitude to have, though? Yeah, it's like studying that, then it's like, okay, do it or not do it? Is it the wise thing to do or not? What are your motives? Are you doing it to serve God, interact with God, Heavenly Father, I should say? Or is it to get suckered in to something that might be hard to get out of? These are good questions to have. Caution is good at times, right? Okay, clarity. One of the best ways to enhance your awareness when out of body is to immediately focus and maintain your attention on a single idea or goal. If your attention begins to wander, or if your vision becomes fuzzy or dreamlike, firmly ask for complete clarity of your awareness. The most effective way of maintaining and enhancing your awareness and control is to request complete clarity of consciousness at the first sign of mental wandering. Requesting clarity of thought is the key to prolonged out-of-body experiences. Using this technique, it's possible to maintain an out-of-body experience for several hours. Every time your mind wanders, simply demand clarity by saying or thinking, quote, clarity now, end quote. It is often necessary to demand clarity immediately after separation when moving to a new non-physical location or when traveling between energy environments or dimensions. In the beginning, the easiest way to control and prolong your out-of-body experiences is to acquire the habit of demanding your clarity of awareness every few minutes. Eventually, as you gain experience, the clarity of your perception will become increasingly automatic. It's important for you to recognize that we orchestrate our lives, both physical and non-physical, by the power of our thoughts. When our lives feel out of control, it's because we have surrendered our internal control to others or have refused to accept our personal responsibility. For many of us, it is easier to point the finger of blame at others than to accept responsibility for our individual thoughts and actions. Some of the toughest lessons we are here to learn are directly related to thought control and personal responsibility. Our ability to focus and direct our thoughts is a essential element of our personal evolution. The benefits we receive are beyond our expectations. Our life is our reward. Clarity technique. A simple exercise to extremely is A simple exercise is extremely effective for avoiding the disjointed and hazy awareness that some people report just after separation from the physical body. Immediately after separation, demand your complete clarity to be present. Quote, clarity now, end quote. Quote, I demand complete clarity, end quote. Or, quote, awareness now, end quote. When making this request, avoid any phrase that includes a reference to your physical body or physical surroundings. For example, the statement, quote, I demand full awareness in my body, end quote, will immediately snap you back to your physical body. Always remember that when you are out of body, you are experiencing a higher frequency, less dense energy form environment. Your new surroundings, including your non-physical body, are much more responsive to thought energy than the body. Does that make sense? Than the physical body. When making your request, keep it firm and specific, and the results will be immediate and effective. The stronger and more focused the request, the more effective the results. This technique can also be used to upgrade a lucid dream to a fully conscious out-of-body experience. The key is to repeat this procedure until the fogginess fades and your full awareness is present. The clarity technique is a procedure I automatically do immediately following separation from my physical body. In addition, I repeat it anytime my vision or awareness is less than ideal. I have found that it not only sharpens non-physical perceptions, but also enhances control and memory recall. Fear reduction and control. Fear could be an obstacle to successful out-of-body exploration. Our personal anxieties, both conscious and unconscious, create invisible walls around us, boxing us into a narrow comfort zone, hindering us from achieving our highest potential. The choices we make and the lives we live are often directed by the way we manage our individual fears. When I was a young man, I had a high school friend who was considered one of the finest baseball players in Baltimore. After some media attention, his coach arranged for him to attend a major league tryout session. But after weeks of encouragement from his coach and fellow players, he told me a secret. I'm afraid I'll fail. I'm just not good enough. He never did go to the tryout. His fear of failure was more than he could handle. Instead of going for his dreams, he surrendered to his fear. Many believe that the very act of separating from our physical body and exploring new realms of the universe is effective in reducing our personal fears and limits. After an out-of-body experience, it's common to hear people speaking of their personal breakthroughs. Sometimes this is a realization or a confrontation with an inner aspect of themselves. At other times, it's the recognition that they are much more than just a physical creature. On a number of occasions, I've had people tell me that they had somehow connected to a more expansive part of themselves, whatever we call it, spirit, higher self, God, or universal mind. This connection is absolutely real to the participant. This experience is difficult to explain, for it extends beyond our current linear concepts of reality. In all our lives, there are pivotal moments that change our destiny. Our challenge is to face these moments and conquer our fears. Your discovery of out-of-body exploration may be one of these pivotal times. Your decision to explore beyond your physical boundaries may be a decision that changes your entire life. I can only say that it's definitely been a turning point in my life, and I thank God that I faced my fears and ventured forward. One thing that I have learned is that all fears are an illusion. Each of us is an immortal being possessing unlimited potential. Our true inner self cannot be harmed, nor can it die. Panic attacks. During early stages of an out-of-body exploration, some people report an intense rush of fear similar to a panic attack. Generally, this is caused by fear of the unknown and the intentional physical surprise of actually separating from your physical body. Panic attacks are often triggered by the unusual vibrations and sounds that sometimes accompany the shift of your awareness from the dense molecular body to your higher energy counterpart. When first experienced, these vibrations and sounds can be startling. So it's important to remember that they are a natural part of out-of-body exploration. Many times your recognition and understanding of these unusual sounds and vibrations are sufficient to eliminate or reduce any anxiety that may arise. If a panic attacks are a reoccurring problem, a simple soft affirmation may help. At the first sign of anxiety, repeat in your mind, quote, I am safe and secure, end quote, or quote, I am protected, end quote. Continue to repeat your affirmation until the fear subsides. Then follow the regular instructions by directing yourself away from your physical body. For example, quote, I move to the front door, end quote. It's commonly reported that after complete separation from the physical body is achieved, the initial anxiety disappears. Keep in mind that out-of-body experiences are a natural transfer of consciousness. There is simply nothing to fear. This fact is verified daily by thousands of people who have out-of-body experiences. Generally, panic attacks cease to be a problem after you have had a successful experience. At that point, you know for yourself that there is nothing to fear. Fear reduction techniques. If fear continues to be a recurring issue, this technique will be helpful. 1. Identify the fear. Attempt to identify the nature of your fear. For example, are you afraid of the unknown, of rapid change, of the possibility of becoming lost? Your recognition of your fear is an excellent indicator of progress. 2. Use the fear. Fear is a form of energy. It increases your respiration, strength, and ability to concentrate. It's nature's energy boost, designed to enhance your capacity to deal with potential obstacles or challenges. When you feel fear, attempt to use it to your advantage. Use the energy generated by fear to increase your concentration and desire to achieve your personal goal of out-of-body exploration. 3. Eject the fear. So, eject the fear. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, visualize the fear being expelled from your body, mind, and emotions. You can mentally repeat to yourself, quote, my fear is moving away from me, end quote. Or, quote, my fear is gone, end quote. Or, quote, I arise above my fear, end quote. Or, quote, my fears are washed away, end quote. As vividly as possible, picture the fear moving away from you. Visualize it fading away forever. 4. Replace your fear. Replace the emotional feelings of fear with a positive, productive energy, such as exhilaration, concentration, courage, or the thrill of the adventure. Use the appropriate affirmation, such as, quote, I am safe and secure, end quote. Or, quote, I enjoy my new adventure, end quote. Or, quote, excitement flows through me, end quote. Hot air balloon visualization. The following visualization technique may assist you in overcoming fear and other obstacles to a successful out-of-body experience. Take several deep breaths and completely relax. Begin to visualize a majestic, bright orange hot air balloon. Why orange, I wonder? As you approach, that sounds pretty Masonic. And I'm saying, as you approach the balloon, you can clearly see that it is ready for liftoff. The familiar smile of your guide welcomes you to another adventure beyond the limits of matter. As you step inside the basket, You look forward to another exciting journey. With absolute joy, you cast off the ropes holding you to the earth. With an upward surge, your balloon begins to rise. An intense feeling or exhilaration builds as you effortlessly rise higher and higher and slowly drift over the treetops. Below, the homes and the cars begin to look like toys, small and insignificant. Looking down over the edge of the balloon's basket, you notice several large canvas bags. The bags look extremely full and heavy. On closer inspection, you recognize that the bags are filled with your fears and limits. Each bag is clearly labeled: fear of the unknown, fear of change, fear of failure, fear of challenges, fear of death. Whatever fear or limit you currently experience in your life is clearly marked on the bag. Take a moment and recognize your individual fears and limits and see them hanging in the canvas bags. As you drift above the treetops, you realize that you have stopped rising. The weight from the bags of fear and limits is holding you back, holding you down. Peering over the edge of the balloon, you can see that each bag is tied securely to your basket. With overflowing joy, you begin to untie bags of fear and watch each one plummet to earth. As each bag of fear is realized, you can feel your balloon surge upward, going higher and higher. With childlike excitement, you can feel each fear drop away. You absolutely know that each fear is gone forever, that each limitation is a thing of the past. Some of the bags of fear are so tightly tied that you need to cut them free. Your guide hands you a pocket knife, and with delight you begin cutting the tough strands of the rope, securing the remaining bags. As each rope is cut, you experience your lightness and freedom expanding. You feel the thrill of a total liberation flowing through you as you go higher and higher, as you rise to new heights. Your fears and limits are gone. Okay, control overview. You possess an exact amount of control that you believe you do. The exact amount that you accept and implement. The key to prolonging your out-of-body experience is to maintain the focus of your attention away from your physical body. The best way to achieve this is to become completely involved and interested in the non-physical environment you are exploring. As you will soon discover, any thought of your physical body will instantly snap you back into it. You are the controlling cause of your experience, either consciously or subconsciously. You are the writer, director, and actor in every experience, situation, and encounter. This applies in all levels of the universe. Your method of movement is completely your decision. You can walk, float, fly, or drift. You can change your selected method of movement at any time to suit the situation encountered. If your perception is unclear and fuzzy, you can increase the clarity of your vision by firmly demanding an immediate improvement of your perception. Quote, clarity now, end of quote. Your non-physical energy form is extremely flexible in size, shape, structure, and capabilities. You will probably experience the form that is most comfortable for you. This is generally a duplicate of your physical body. However, beyond the second energy membrane, you have the ability to consciously adapt and change your form to practically any shape necessary. This is achieved by concentrating upon a change in your inner conception and your self-conception. Where did I get inner from there? Okay, feeling of fear are self-generating. So feelings of fear are self-generated and are generally the direct result of a lack of information or knowledge when encouraging a new situation or... Let me try this again. I'm just seeing things that aren't there with my dyslexia. Okay, feelings of fear are self-generated and are generally the direct result of a lack of information or knowledge when encountering a new situation or environment. Always remember that you are a powerful, non-physical being. At your essence, you are pure consciousness. You have nothing to fear, for you are immortal. As much as possible, attempt to maintain an open, non-judgmental state of mind. Strongly held opinions, beliefs, and conclusions can influence what you experience and perceive, just as they do in the physical world. Remember to remain calm and centered during any changes or movements of your awareness. Recognize your ability to control your movement and your experience. Your thoughts are your personal vehicle and creative force. You simply go where your thoughts leads. That's true. Firmly request what you wish to explore, achieve, or perceive, and be as specific as possible. Be prepared for rapid changes and/or inner motion when making requests. Fully expect to receive your requests. Be open to receive. Ask for clarification if what you observe or experience is unclear. For example, quote, what does this non-physical energy form represent? End quote. Exercise your control. Just do it. There is no need for hesitation or second thoughts. Your ability to navigate in a thought-responsive environment will largely depend on your thought control, knowledge, and personal ability to remain calm and focused when encountering rapid change. As in all things, the more prepared you are, the more productive the experience will be. Always remember, you experience the degree of control you demand. Aim high, and that's the end of that chapter. So, all right, we got through there. That's chapter 7, and that's all about the techniques, right? That's mastering the experience with all the techniques and all that kind of stuff. So that was about mastering the experience. And it looks like we're getting pretty darn close. I think maybe 1-2 more chapters. And we can move on. We'll contemplate what I've read. But then I can move on, I guess. I notice it's hard for people to follow me. But because I'm go, 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 go type of dude. So, mastering experiences. Got her done. Get her done, got her done.
You're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start. If you're going to try, go all the way. This could mean losing girlfriends, wives, relatives, jobs, and maybe your mind.
Take it slow. How you